Hi everyone, I'm back. It's been a minute. A lot has changed since my last video. I was in Costa Rica. Also, I apologize, the light keeps changing, so just bear with me. We're gonna try to make this work. But anyways, since I've been back home, I've been reflecting on what direction I want to take this channel in. And then I realized that if I really want to connect on here, which is like my main aim, it might be useful to take it a few steps back and share a little bit more of who I am, where I've been, and what I've learned. So welcome to my Get to Know Me, where I'll be sharing 7 facts that you might not know and try to connect them to valuable lessons that I've found very useful in my life and that might be useful to you too. I'm also clearly in the forest and I'll be walking around a little bit, just taking you on this little hike, I would say, with me. So let's go. Oh, one thing that I feel people don't often know about me is that I was a competitive tennis player for most of my life, and I left my house at the age of 14 to go live in tennis academies around the world, and that experience completely shaped who I am today. First of all, because it taught me about the skill that is self-discipline, and that is something I have carried with me my entire life. And it also exposed me to the concept of responsibilities and independence from a very, very young age. I think being an athlete teaches you things and exposes you to things that make you grow up a lot quicker, which can be very challenging, but I also think the older you get, the more you start to realize how important those skills are, not just for sport, but any area of your life. Because of my tennis background, but also because of my parents' job, this kind of gave me a passport to the world. Oh my God, I'm so shiny. And that leads me to my next point, which is that I have lived in 4 different continents and have traveled to 38 countries so far. I deeply believe that nothing can compare to the knowledge and the connection that you gain by experiencing and living the world through your own eyes, through your own senses. And it might sound cliche, but I am so grateful for the opportunity that I have had to have such a global exposure from such a young age, because it has opened my mind in ways that I don't know if anything else in the world is able to do. I think having this lived experience, this embodied experience, just hits different. Oh, mother. Oh, oh. I'm okay. That leads me to my next point, which is because of this global exposure, I was able to learn 5 languages fluently. I grew up studying in English, mas eu nasci em Portugal e falo português com meu pai și românește cu mama mea pentru că ea este din Sibiu. A los 6 años me mudé a Guatemala y a Panamá, donde aprendí a hablar el español e finalmente l'italiano. Ho vissuto tanti anni tra Roma e Milano e quindi ormai l'Italia a casa. I feel like I've been sharing a lot about my past, so let me bring you guys to the present. I am about to turn 25 years old in June. And let me tell you, girl, I am a little bit freaking out. Because I feel like I'm in this big checkpoint in my life where it's like, okay, you're growing. I feel like there's this constant feeling of like not doing enough or not committing enough. And I also feel like I'm not alone in this. I feel like a lot of people, especially around my age, my generation, were having these kind of thoughts and pressures. So you're not alone. I'm not alone. Are you my boy? You are. I think this is the 5th point. I am currently studying for my master's at Columbia University in clinical psychology with a focus on mind-body science and spirit. What really interests me about this program is its holistic approach to psychology, where we really look at the human being at like 360 degrees. So mind, body, spirit. My main interest is neuroscience. I'm really fascinated by the human ability to really rewire who we are, change who we are and how we interact with the world around us. That to me is insane. So undergoing this path myself, I became so interested in talking about this topic and sharing the knowledge that I had. And that's when I realized I could become certified and help people help themselves. So guide people on their own journeys. And that leads me to my next point, which is I am a certified holistic life coach and mind-body practitioner, and I launched my business last year. So if it's something that resonates with you or that also sparks your curiosity, feel free to reach out because I'd really love to connect over it and share ideas. And this brings me to my final point, which for my astrology people, I'm about to expose myself. I am a Gemini Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Pisces Rising. And long story short, what that means is I yap a lot. In case you haven't noticed, I love to talk and I can't shut up. I have a really hard time making decisions and like sticking to one path. That gives me anxiety, and I think that's because I get bored very easily. But on the bright side, I am extremely curious. I really love to learn, and I am very loyal in friendships and partnerships. And I'm just a really cool fucking gal to be around, okay? Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. I really enjoyed sharing a little bit more about my journey with you, and I hope you could take away anything that was of value to you or that sparked some interest or curiosity. As I said, I'd love to connect more about it, so feel free to leave a comment or reach out directly. And it would also really help me if you could just take a second to click that like button and subscribe so I can reach more audience and more people that might be interested in this kind of content. Thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.